Competition only brings out the best in all of us. And yes, of course, I'm referring to the Las Vegas Raiders' now perceived quarterback competition between second year stud Aiden O'Connell and newcomer slash kind of a journeyman quarterback at this point, Gardner Minshew. And I'm not going to lie. I really love the move, bringing in Gardner Minshew, having this competition. I love Antonio Pierce's approach and style to this thing because, like, even though Aiden O'Connell went 3-1 in his last 4 games as a Raider, went 8 touchdowns, no picks, and really looked like he could be a potential answer, long-term answer for the Raiders at quarterback. Nobody's ever comfortable with this squad with Antonio Pierce, which is something I really do appreciate because we have seen it time and time again. No matter what, that there's positions that just they seem to satisfied when they shouldn't be satisfied. You're always constantly getting better, and you're always trying to make things better. And I think that Gardner Minshew, if things don't go according to plan with Aiden O'Connell, let's say he really doesn't play well, and then in comes Gardner Minshew. I think that this could potentially revive Gardner Minshew's career because, like, if you look at it, so I'm going to bring in kind of the stats here. So in 2019. Came into the league. Nick Foles was the starting quarterback, and Gardner Minshew came in and played actually pretty well with 6-6. And keep in mind, he did not have a running game at all. He was the leading passer and rusher for the Jaguars that year. Not good. Okay, so then he came back the next year after that. Halfway through the season, things weren't going good. Yes, then they drafted Trevor Lawrence. Blah 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 blah. Well, then the Eagles. It was been a couple years with the Eagles where yes, he had some weapons, but we all knew Jalen Hurts was going to start there, and came in last year for the Colts to compete, but also and probably was going to be. I mean, Anthony Richardson's a stud. Let's make no mistake about that. But went 7-6 as a starter. Actually had a running game. Actually had some weapons, a defense and an offensive line. Went 7-6 and had the Colts in a position to make the playoffs. Oh, and not to mention beat the Raiders there late in the season, which stings a little bit. But I think this could be really good for Gardner Minshew because coming into the Raiders, you have a revamped offensive line. You have a running game. You're going to have a way better run game than you've ever had in your career, even though, okay, Philadelphia, maybe you can make the case there, but you're going to have a way better running game. You're going to have receivers. You're going to be 3-4 deep at playmaker, which is going to be fantastic. And you got a defense that is probably going to be top 10, at least in most categories, if not top 5. I think this could be really, really good for Gardner Mitchell because he's a guy that you love him because his effort attitude is what makes him so fun and that's what guys gravitate towards is a guy that says effort I got to go make a play and at the same time he doesn't need to be the superstar. I feel like there are quarterbacks in this league that win on being able to be just above average and getting a running game and a good defense. I mean we've seen it in the past, so I think this could be a really good thing for Gardner Minshew, and I think that he could potentially revive his career and maybe even be the long-term answer at quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let us know what you guys think about Gardner Minshew potentially reviving his career with the Raiders. And we'll see you on the next video.